This is the Eric Liddell Centre in Edinburgh. It's a place dedicated to the memory of a man known as the Flying Scotsman. A man saluted for his athletic prowess. A man who, at the Paris Olympics of 1924, refused to race on a Sunday due to his high Christian ideals. That was an act immortalised in the film Chariots, a fire, of course. But what of the rest of the man's life? Who was the real Eric Liddell? Eric Liddell was born in China in 1902, the son of Scottish Christian missionary parents. By 1920, the Liddells had returned here to Edinburgh, where Eric would study for a science degree. He returned with a determination to continue his humanitarian work, his staunch commitment to his fellow man. He went back to China, working first as a teacher and then as a minister and missionary. The 1930s, though, were a troublesome time to be a Western missionary in China. The threat of Japanese invasion loomed. Eventually, there was blood on the streets. Westerners risked being shot just for leaving the house. Eric, though, continued with his work, famously saving Chinese soldiers. When Japan entered World War II, the British government recommended that nationals leave China. Eric stayed in China to continue with his work. In 1943, the area of China in which Eric was living fell to the Japanese. As a Westerner, he was placed in an internment camp with 2,000 other inmates. Despite horrendous conditions, Eric continued to live by his principles, teaching children sport and science and helping to spread around the meagre rations that were given to the inmates. Eric himself, though, was increasingly ill and malnourished. Then, some good news. Winston Churchill had negotiated a prisoner exchange so that Eric could be free. In a gesture that spoke volumes of what type of man Eric was, he refused that place, giving it instead to a pregnant female inmate. On February 21st, 1945, he passed away in his internment camp bed. He was mourned in the camp and across China, where he remains a hero to this day. Eric hadn't seen his family in nearly 4 years, and indeed he'd never even met his daughter, Maureen. Eric Liddell was so much more than a sporting hero. He was a beacon of humanity. As a fellow inmate, Langdon Gilkey wrote, "It is rare indeed that a person has the good fortune to meet a saint, but he came as close to it as anyone I have known."